Hi everyone, it's Christopher Power here. Now, tonight I want to answer some questions that came up because of the video I did yesterday where I went into the big changes that are happening in the world and what I'm doing with Master Design, a program I run, and building that in a much broader sense on a global level and working with other people. And I asked a friend of mine who's been working with me for the last 3 to 4 years very closely and I introduced him to human design, and then we did programs on human design. We have applied it to building businesses. He's advised me in terms of working with the development of Master Design, the most successful program I've done. And so I said, would you give me a couple of questions that would really go right to the heart of what's important for people? So here they are. And the first question, there's a couple of them. What are the two most important things a human design map can tell me about myself, and why is that essential for me to know? Okay, so what are the two most important things human design map can tell you? Well, I'll make it really clear up front. It's not all the information you get. It's not all the detail. That fills in the picture, but it doesn't give you the overview of why you should even explore this territory or consider taking this on board, or what's in it for you. And the first thing is, a human design map is a map of how you operate as a unique individual human being. And the very fact that it exists states really clearly and practically, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you have a unique operating system within the overall system that all of us human beings have. You're a one-off. And not just so you can feel good about yourself, oh, I'm a one-off, but what it really means is the way you operate, the way you make decisions, how you react and respond and relate to the world around you and the people around you is unique and therefore highly valuable. It's worth something. You mean something, because there's never been someone put together the way you are, who operates the way you are, even though you have a human body, and all us humans have a human body with general things. And you look at the map of a human design chart, and I could flash it up, but I'm not. Let's just keep it back. You'll see that there's a basic pattern to it. 9 centers, a whole bunch of channels, a whole bunch of things they call gates. But the way your map is, it means that you can do something that no one else can. You can see the world, react, respond, relate to the world, get into the world, open up and give of yourself to the world, do things, say things, appreciate things, and speak things in a way that is unique to you. If it was given enough support and space to be itself. Now, here's the second thing. What are the two things? I was asked. And the second thing is, when you look at a human design chart, what most people overlook is there's a whole part of it that describes in detail what you are designed to do. And there's another part that describes in detail how you are designed to receive the support you need so you can do what you're designed to do. Now let that in. Every single human being is designed to do something in a unique way, as I said first up, and they're designed to receive the support they need to do it in a unique way. And once you get that, it shifts everything. Because previously, human design was looked at, this is what's good about you and this is what's not so good, and this is your real self and this is your not self. And that is an early way of understanding it, a childlike way of understanding it. But in a more mature way that really gets you in touch with your true potential is it says, you've got something you're designed to do, and you're designed to receive, attract, draw to you the support you need so that you can do it at an exceptional level, at the best possible level that you can draw out of yourself with the time that you've got. You're designed to operate in a unique way that does something quite special and unique, and is designed to draw and attract the support it needs so it can do it. Now, you put that into business, and it's like you bring something to the table, but you've got to be careful about selecting and attracting, even advertising, that you need this support so you can bring the best out of yourself. In other words, I'll bring this to the table if you can support me to do it at the best possible level, so that I can not only get the best out of myself, but share it with you. And you can help me, and I can help you. And that's built into being a human being. Now, it's obvious when you step back over time and look at, when you're my age, it's like, well, yeah, that's pretty self-evident if you've been around in the world long enough. But there it is right there. And it's not like, oh, that's your general principle. No, it is something that you are designed to do in a very unique way that adds value to the world. Not only what you give, but your capacity to receive adds value. People can relate to you, respond to you, react to you, and you can take that and amplify it and give it back to them. Initially, you need support as a child, and then you develop your ability to do, and then you draw upon the support to do what you're designed to do, to really empower the people and the environments and the communities and the businesses and the work that you do all around you to empower the world. You add value. And when you come to grips with that, not just theoretically, not even just in terms of the way you have experiences of it. Now, that's essential to grasp that, what human design tells you has some value. But when you apply it, you realise it not only has value, it's really valuable to you, and it makes a real difference in your life. They're the two most important things that are essential. The fact that human design shows you precisely how to make great decisions. The fact that it can tell you all sorts of unique things that you do, and you can get into a lot of detail about how you think and how you feel, how you deal with emotions, how you react to life and survive and thrive, how you respond to life, and how you can work on what you're really good at, and how different people have different tasks to do and all that stuff. That's the benefits that flow from getting those first two things that are essential. You're unique, you're valuable, you've got something to do, and you need to receive the support to do it. And if you get that flow happening, it will bring out the very best in your uniqueness. And people will continue to support it. And that will bring more out, and people will continue to support it because of what you're giving back. So you can operate in this world in a way where you're successful, you're satisfied, you're at peace with yourself, where you find real delight in being alive. And not just because you're a particular type, but because all four of those are available to you in various forms and ways. It either comes to you or you produce it yourself and share it with others. So you can operate as a human being and enjoy the experience and be productive and feel the support. And if that's not there, something essential is missing in your life. So to answer my friend's question, why is that essential for you to know so you can operate at your best? This friend told me a couple of days ago, he said, the thing that you do, Christopher, is just let me show you how to get the best out of yourself. What's great about you? That's what you do. He was telling me. And that's what human design allows me to do, is to show you how to get the best out of yourself. And without those essential two foundations, not the theory that you're unique, but knowing it in the core of your being, appreciating it, knowing it through experience and through application, and then opening up to receiving the support you need so you can do, so you can live, so you can actually produce and apply your unique talents. Bang! That makes everything come alive. That's why it's essential, because you are alive. You might as well, get in touch with that and live it. And the most powerful thing you can do in life is fully embrace your life and live it and give the very best of who you are. And that's one of the gifts that I'm blessed to be able to help people with, to get the best out of themselves. So the second question was, what will you do for me relevant to these two things? That's a great question. And one of the things I've learned is that just telling people about it so they get that there's an idea or a theory out there about it doesn't really do much for them, except, it's like telling them elephants live in the African jungle and here's a picture of it. But they never go to Africa or a zoo. It's just, okay, And then you might go to a zoo or go to Africa and you see an elephant. And that's an interesting experience. It might really open your mind and your heart up. It might, be life-changing. But if you get to ride on an elephant or take care of an elephant or allow it to plough your fields or entertain your guests or any number of other things that you could do working. In other words, you apply that information and that experience to making a difference in the world. making a difference to yourself in a way that makes a difference to other people. You know, growing food, giving children or adults a great experience. That's where everything is different. So the first thing why I've developed this program called Master Design is that you need to get in touch with your human design. Not just look at the chart, get a few interesting ideas and go back to whatever you were doing. Or maybe go, wow, I've always done things like that, and you feel a sense of self-confidence. You need to come to grips with it and use it in your real life. Because I've been doing human design for 11 years, and that was after decades of personal growth and development and working with numbers and astrology, which is a major part of human design. You don't need to know that, but that's a part of it. And working with physics and maths, which are the scientific equivalents, and geology and geophysics, bringing it down to earth. But to become a geologist doesn't mean you go to university and get a degree. You become a geologist when you go out into the field and work for a few weeks, for a few months, for a few years, for a few decades. You apply that knowledge in the real world. That's when you become a geologist. And I've seen recently, I was very much into geology and geophysics. I've got an honours degree at university with it. And now I'm seeing fully qualified geologists who've gone out into the field for decades, coming back with theories in geology that people used to scoff at several decades ago, but they make complete sense and they fit the facts in the real world. And it's changing the way we look at our history. It's changing the way we look at how this planet grows and evolves and, you know, what you can do with it, how alive the earth is. And these people are very popular now because they can tell the story as it is from the facts, because they have the experience and they go out in the field and live it. Well, that's what the first thing, when I work with human design with you, my goal is to get you working with me for a period of time where it really makes a difference and we apply it to your real life. The most satisfying thing for me in doing this work is when the people I'm working with come back with better explanations for what I'm sharing with them than I come up with, because they know themselves better than I can. They know their experience and they start to see how it works in the real world. And then they come up with ideas how to apply it in the real world, because that's what they're designed to do. And they come up with it in a way that brings the best out of them. They don't become devotees of me or people who I've educated to think like me at all. They become their own unique people with their own unique perspective and awareness, their own way of operating in the world, making decisions. They often have completely different ideas than I do. My friend does. And it challenges me to get outside my comfort zone, to broaden my mind. I don't always agree. He's not always right. My partner isn't always right. Neither am I. You know, it's just like, but as we apply what we know, that's where the beauty of life emerges. No, that's why there's a big difference between being in love and being in a relationship where that love can go to totally new levels. So what I'm going to do, how that's going to apply, let's get exact words, and what will you do for me relevant to these two things? One, I will really work with you over time until you know not only that you are unique, but what your unique gifts are. And you can own them. That's why it takes time. It's not just me telling you the theory and go, oh, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, and many of you will see it from your past experience. But when you bring it into the present and make it your ongoing experience over time, that's when not only do you get it and you're able to get the best out of it, meaning the best out of yourself, but it starts explaining to you everything that's been going on in your life till now. And I know that because that's my experience. It's not just about me teaching human design or sharing or even using it as a skill to help you, which is what I'm really good at. But it's something that's brought my life to life on a whole new level. And now the very skill that I learned about, experienced, and then applied is demanding it be taken to a whole new level of really working with people who know what they want. So the second thing, I'll make sure you know the difference between what you are designed to do and how you are designed to receive the support you need to do it, and what that means in the real world, so that you don't do the things that where you're supposed to receive and therefore block them up and jam the whole system up. Most people don't realise their full potential because they don't open up where they need to receive. Or they do it to a certain degree, but wherever we hold back, we limit ourselves and limit our potential. Now, at the same time, you've got to be discerning and very particular. You don't just open up to everything. You need to open up to those things that will empower you, that will support you to do what you're designed to do. That might be only 5% of what comes into your life, or certain people, or certain situations, relationships, businesses, sports, ways of building your health. So you need to have a great skill at making good decisions. You need to develop that skill of making good decisions. And that's something I'll really help you get to know, not just to understand or think about, but to know how to apply it in the real world. And then you use that very same skill of making decisions in the way that works for you to know when to do what you're designed to do. And that's powerful, because when you're receiving the support to do it and then you do it, that's when it becomes exceptional. That's when you become unstoppable. That's when you become even more attractive, so you draw more support. That's when you really make a difference. That's when you show your value. And I'm going to make sure you get that. Not think it, not experience it randomly. You get it and apply it in the things that are important to you in your life, your family, your business, your health, your sport, generating your income, taking care of your children, relating to and getting the best out of the teams that you're involved with, understanding how you relate to things that are greater than you, communities, teams, societies, spirituality, God, how you naturally have a healthy relationship in all those areas in a way that empowers people who sincerely want to relate to you, and how to tell the difference. So you naturally empower people, even if you decide to walk away. because it's not right for you, it won't be right for them. Now that sounds complex, and the intricacies of it are, but someone said to me a long, long time ago, the advanced work in anything is the basics done really well. The advanced work in anything is doing the basics really well. So to get to that level of application, it's not about understanding all the theory. It's not about having all the right experiences or having experiences and realizing, oh, the theory makes some sense. No, it's about application, because that demands that you take the complexity, integrate it into you in such a way that you do the basics really well. You react, you respond, and you relate effectively. You're aware of what you need to take care of in the physical world, what you need to respond to, how you need to relate to the physical world. You're aware of how to survive, and not only that, to thrive. You're aware of your thought processes and other people's thought processes and how to get mental clarity and mental steps worked out, logic they call it, so that it makes sense. And also to know when something's right mentally, to get the knowing behind what's being shared so that you're able to express yourself and get clear on what it is you want, if that, and then how to relate emotionally in a way that emotional clarity becomes a part of your life, because that is not mental clarity. That's when you no longer second guess yourself. Emotional clarity is understanding yourself, appreciating yourself, loving yourself enough, knowing that what works in your life is love, and you're really clear, this is what I love, and there's no second guessing. This is what I'm experiencing. But over time, I've related to it through all the ups and downs to the point where I'm clear, not just mentally, I'm clear emotionally. There's no second guessing, and no one can throw me off. Not because I'm rigid in my thinking, but because I've related to every different type of thing and I know my place. I know where I belong. That's emotional clarity. I know how I can love and support and make things work in the real world. And no matter what ideas people throw at you, you're clear on what's right for you. And that's when your life becomes a real adventure. And you can focus on how to be self-reliant. And people will love that about you, which will bring out the exceptional in you. Now, bringing that down to earth, making that real in your relationships, in your business, in your health, in your sport, in any area in your community, in the way you relate to that which is greater than you, within yourself and beyond yourself, how you know how to make great decisions that work for you, and at the same time you're able to share with the people in the world your unique perspective and awareness. So there's an understanding of the fundamentals of what makes that possible how you can operate like that as a human being. That's precisely what I'll do for you based on your unique design. Now, you need to be open and willing for that to happen. I mean, if you're going, yeah, but I don't want to change, but fine. But if you're open and willing for that to happen, then you have the power to make it happen. I have the ability to energize you so you can make it happen at an exceptional level, bring out the best in you. That's what I'm designed to do. And how you can support me is have a goal that you really know that you want. Something you want to contribute, something you want to initiate, that you want to make happen, that you're clear, mentally and emotionally clear. This is what you want. Or you may be not 100% on that or only a little clear on that, as long as you're truly committed to getting clear on that and then making it happen, then creating it. Then I can work with you. But it will take time. There's no, 1 hour, 1 hour little click, click, click. I mean, that's good. I've been doing that for 35 years. It's helped a lot of people in the moment get clarity, understand themselves, make sense of what they're going through at the time. But if you want to take your life to a level where you can be responsible, truly responsible for your life, you can take responsibility for your life. This is what I can do. I can help you with. I can't make it happen to you, but I can really energize you so you can take responsibility for it happening for you. And my job is to support you being you, not make you into me. Because you're not. And if you can take responsibility for your life, truly be responsible in the way you live your life, then you experience true freedom. Not just ideas of freedom, platitudes of freedom. But to be free, you need to be able to be responsible. And freedom and responsibility working together, that makes you powerful. That gives you power. That's where power comes from. That's what power requires. And the beauty about a human design chart is its primary down-to-earth thing is to teach you in your own unique way how to be responsible, how to make your own decisions, be responsible, and achieve the very best in your life. That's what the human design chart gives you, the insight and the information so that you can experience and apply it. And that's what the last 11 years of my life have been dedicated to understanding. And my design is to take that energy, that understanding, that appreciation, have you plug into it, and then help you bring out the very best in you. And then what happens with some people is we start going, well, if you can help me with that, then what could we do together if we both put the best of what we've got together? And that's what's starting to evolve now. But the first step in that is contact me about Master Design, a 9-month program where I work with you every week. And the focus is exactly what I've talked about. Let me show you how to bring out the best in yourself, to operate at your best. And we work until that is happening. So, thank you, my friend, for all your questions. That was really fun. And I hope you've enjoyed this, and talk to you again soon. By the way, if any of you have my contact number, it'll be under the video, and you want to send me questions on things you'd like me to address that really get to the heart and the practical application of things like human design or numbers and astrology, or even how science and those two things marry together. Send me the questions and we'll do more of those videos. It's one of the things we're going to be developing over the next months and years ahead. So talk to you again soon.